Alright, time for episode 1 of the big previews catalog for September of things that will come out around December. Got a variety of toys and stuff that they're coming out with. Magic 8 balls, all kinds of Scooby, Vampire, Dracula, Christmassy stuff, lots of different pops. Angus Young, AC/DC. Pop there I didn't see. I hate that they're getting bigger and bigger. I had so much room taken up from the little pops. I really wanted some awesome statues in there. I don't know who the heck would want a Sting statue. Morpheus. It's pretty cool. Lots of cool Matrix ones. Love the Spider-Man Carnage. I love the Lizard statue. Hulk's pretty basic there. Doc Ock's okay. But yeah. Lots of fun toys, but nothing really that stood out on me. So we're going to jump over to the comics. Let's see what comics we have here. I got to move some things around here. Uh-oh. Where did I put... there it is. I need my pen in case I find anything that I may want, or to make sure that I definitely ordered it. Alright, let's jump all the way to the first one, which is, we're starting out with Boom Studios here. We got The Fade by, I don't know any of these writers and artists. We got Abria Iyengar and Marie Costa. A once fearless high school student, Jeannie, wasn't prepared for the aimless feeling of being a college freshman, but that's all about to change. Mere myths take on new life in the modern age as countless people claim to have passed into the fade in their dreams via a viral internet sensation. But what awaits Jeannie Warren and her best friend Arno on the other side? Royal adventures, ancient prophecies, or something more dangerous? And they always throw a few pages of imagery in here. And then we got Power Rangers Prime #1 by Melissa Flores and Michael Egg. This is Angel Grove University students face a difficult choice after crossing paths with a fugitive straight out of legend. The consequences for hiding here are dire, but her existence may not stay a secret for long. It's like, the day after I'm reading this, I'm going to meet the Red Power Ranger, but not a female Red Power Ranger. So, at a Comic-Con to get a signing for a friend from the club that's got the signatures from all the other Power Rangers that were at the con over the past couple of years, but couldn't make it to this one, so he asked if someone could get a signature for him, and I said, as long as the line's not too bad, I'll jump in there for him and do that. We got Wind, The Power of Blood, #1 of 8 by James Tynion IV and Michael Dialynas. That's a pretty cool image there. Yeah. Let's see. As the final thrilling chapter of Wind takes flight, the King's reign is coming to a close, with Pipetown unaware of what awaits them, while Fairy Kind mobilizes for war. While Zedra keeps 2 faithful prisoners. Meanwhile, Zedra concocts a hair-raising plan concerning her deceased brother, the Bandaged Man. I know nothing about that Wind chapter, but yeah, the imagery's nice. I'm sure the storyline's decent. Looks like a fun story that they could easily make interesting. That's archive edition, so that we don't need. We need to jump over to Fireflies, Zoe Aline, Year 1, by Sam Humphries and Giovanni Fabiano. War between the Alliance and the Browncoats is hell. But when a bank heist is abandoned for a fateful team-up between Mal and Zoe, an altruistic bond is formed that sets the stage for the future fans now and love. I think it's supposed to say no and love. But, it does say no and love. I can't read today. I'm just stupid. But things don't go as planned in the beginning, and there will be blood and broken bones before the day is done. Yeah, you can kind of expect the plans not to go well in the beginning. I like that team up of characters. Page unsnap. I figured they'd have more imagery for it, but nope. You got a bug that just flew in and attacked me. Alright. We are jumping over to Blow Away by Zach Thompson and Nicola Ezel. Tenacious wildlife photographer Brian Budigan witnesses something she's both unsure of but can't unsee. Was it a murder, or is her mind playing tricks in the midst of frozen isolation? Worst of all, the secrets have an easy time hiding in the snow. After witnessing a violent argument between two hikers on a remote Baffin Island, Brian has to be sure, and the footage of her camera will tell the truth soon enough. But the thing is, what will she do with the truth when she discovers it? Jump a couple pages here. 2. Cyanide and Happiness. A Guide to Parenting by 3 Guys with No Kids, 20th Anniversary. Again, I don't know about these characters, but they seem really weird. At last, when the world needed it most, the only reliable guide through the perplexing world of parenting makes its way back on shelves. All from 3 guys who still make more comics than kids. This informative guide for breeders tackles all the big parenting issues. Finding messages in your alphabet soup, drawing the perfect hand turkey, getting away with kidnapping, telling your kids you don't love them anymore, and making out with your kid's best friend's dad. Okay? Done by Chris Wilson, Rob Den Blaker, and Dave McElfatrek. Jumping up a few more pages. Ooh, there's some nice covers. 2 DuckTales. Woohoo! DuckTales number 1 by Brandon Montclair and Tommaso Randa. Tons of covers, which they're there. The ridiculously wealthy Scrooge McDuck is the most famous resident of Duckburg, but his fortune goes far beyond mere currency. To his young nephews, Unca, Scrooge is rich in something even more important than money: stories. Whether it's the saga of how he dug his first million out of the Klondike, or the many times he saved his lucky number 1 dime from the clutches of Magica Dispel, the feisty tycoon is a font of mesmerizing tales, and Huey, Dewey, and Louie can't get enough. But even as they pester their uncle to share more yarns of his legendary quest and globe-trotting treasure hunts, the 3 boys are about to learn that the most valuable item Scrooge McDuck owns isn't locked up in his absurdly capacious money bin. It's the lifetime of wisdom he's got stockpiled inside his head. It's like they should be writing all his stories down so after he passes they can go search for lost treasures themselves. Jumping to the green, or no, wait, gotta go back, sorry about that, I forgot to show some of the other covers off and some page inserts. Gotta see those. And then they got a whole write-up in here from Brandon Montclair. Then we're jumping to the Green Hornet, Miss Fury. Number 1 by Alex Segura and Federico Cereza. When Marla Drake and Britt Reed meet, sparks fly. And it's not just because of the bullets ricocheting around them. As their alter egos, Miss Fury and the Green Hornet, the two vigilantes have very different styles of crime fighting. But when they both turn up to investigate the murder of beloved Professor Javier Mercado, they soon discover that they have more in common than they realized. Mercado was a mentor to both of them at different times, back when he too led a double life as the Silver Shrike. With each having a personal stake in finding Mercado's killer, Drake and Reed must learn how to work together to solve the case if they don't want to end up sabotaging each other's efforts. But there's another, even more compelling reason to join forces. Whoever killed the Silver Shriek is going after other heroes past and present. And at the top of that list are Miss Fury and Green Hornet. Okay, that does sound more interesting than I thought. I thought maybe they're coming out with a new female Green Hornet and just totally throwing the Green Hornet character out the door. It's like we just started getting them back and now we're doing that. But no, this looks alright. I could get into this. They got a nice little write-up too about them. Some more cover images, some character imagery here and stuff. Alex Segura does a write-up in there, which is nice. Then we're jumping. Ooh, we're doing a big jump. Pretty unusual to jump this far in the beginning of the previews catalog to find something new. Alright, we got Heat Seeker Combustion, a gun hunting series, number 1 of 4 by Charles Ardai and Ace Continuado. Set in the gun hunting universe starring the fiery ex-girlfriend of gun hunting, Joanna Tan, a master of disguise and deception. A biological weapon that could kill millions, a scientist's daughter who needs to disappear, and heat seeker Dahlia Racers is on the job. But can she beat a beautiful mercenary, unable to feel heat, cold, fatigue, or pain? Interesting imagery of stuff going on there. A variety of covers. Of course, you got the nude covers. Yeah. Now we're doing another few page jump to Conan the Barbarian, Cult of the Obsidian Moon novel by James Lovegrove. Still mourning Blit and flushed with gold after a heist, Conan attempts to drink away his sorrows. In his tavern-hopping journey, he meets and befriends married couple Hunwolf and Gudrun and their son, Jorn. A decade ago, Hunwolf eloped with Gudrun after killing her betrothed. They live on the run from her tribe, who are desperate for revenge. There's something for the Conan fans. And we got RuneScape, The Fall of Hollowvale novel by Robbie McNiven. The vampires are coming. The city of Hollowvale have stood for centuries, a realm of light safeguarded by winged protectors and the Everlight. But all that will soon change as the millennia-spanning God Wars grind towards their brutal conclusion. The armies of darkness descend upon the shining city, vampires, werewolves, and legions of cruel mortal warriors, led by the cunning and malicious Lord Drakon. That's 129. This, we got Peanuts for Everybody by Charles M. Schultz. The latest edition in Titan Comics' hugely popular Peanuts facsimile series. First published in 1974, it features 126 pages of classic Peanuts newspaper strips from 1958 to 1964. This collection has some of the very best strips featuring Charlie Brown, Snoopy, Lucy, Linus, and the rest of the Peanuts gang as they navigate their way through school, baseball, and heartbreak. Fun little image of Charlie Brown and Snoopy going to play baseball. And of course, Charlie Brown always has something happen to him. Okay. Jumping over to Welcome to Ghost Mansion Volume 1. Some Titan manga here by Nobukaru. Join Kaoru as she becomes a landlord to some very unusual tenants. Kaoru Shinomi, who had been living as a freelancer, invests her inheritance in property and buys a vast old condominium. Her dream life as a wealthy landlord is about to begin, but there are no living tenants, only spirits, and her new property is a roller coaster ride of psychic phenomena in a titanic conflict. And the imagery looks fun and interesting. I wouldn't mind. And I'm always looking for something manga to check out. This looks like one I might check out. Oh, this upside down head ghost there, spirit or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, the Japanese ghost stories and stuff, they usually have some pretty interesting imagery. So yeah, I could get into checking that one out, I think, down the road. Okay, gotta jump just a couple pages here to Marvel's Wolverine, the first 50 years. For fans of Wolverine, this is the must-have book for you. This book explores the comic book history of Wolverine, looking in depth at his greatest battles, deadliest enemies, and his unlikeliest allies. And you also got some recalls of some old Deadpool books here. You got Marvel's Deadpool the first 30 years, Captain America the first 80 years. You got all kinds of different first so many years of characters. So you can find one for just about any of your characters probably if you look hard enough. Jumping over to Hornsby and Hallow #1. It's Good versus Evil. This is by Peter J. Thomas and Peter Sneijberg. It's good versus evil versus puberty from the minds of who I just told you. Keeping the cosmic peace isn't easy, but the opposing leaders of heaven and hell broker a deal that trades Zachary Hallow, an angel child, to a demon family, and Rose Hornsby, a demon child, to an angel family, and hope this truce will halt the winds of war. It's nature versus nurture as the turbulence of adolescence comes crashing down on two teenagers who have no idea just who and what they truly are yet. So I was thinking about jumping on this. I'm not sure if I'm going to jump on it or wait for the trade, because it is part of the whole Ghost World run, the unnamed series. We got the Rockefellers #1. This is also part of that group by Peter J. Tomasi and Francis Manapul. A new cosmic time travel adventure. The Rockefeller family, in the picture-perfect 25th century, the Rockefeller family, living a disconnected and emotionally distant existence, discover a terrible secret. In their hands is the fate of humanity. Hunted down, the Rockefellers, enlist in the Time Zone Protection Program and escape to present-day Earth. If they can't find a way to trust each other in this strange ancient world of today, they and our future will perish. That's another interesting one from that run that I'd like to check out, but I'm going to wait for trades, I think, on both of those. We got Deadly Tales of the Gunslinger Spawn, #1, by Jimmy Palmiotti and Patrick Reynolds. One of the most mysterious characters in the Spawn universe is the Gunslinger Spawn. I don't know why he's that mysterious. His love of his life and family are killed. He's hunting down the people that killed him. Why is that so mysterious? In Deadly Tales, his true origin is finally revealed in full. See the true origin of the Deadly Gunslinger Spawn. From the character's first appearance in Spawn number 174 to his adventures in the present day, all will be laid bare to the reader. The series, set in the past before the gunslinger is pulled to the future, unravels his place in the Spawn universe. It is a brutal tale of Old West violence and mayhem by two of the comic industry's finest. I know the stories. I got probably almost every issue, so I'm not going to mess with it unless I find out something different. Then I can always jump on the trade. But okay, we're going right down the line here. We got G.I. Joe #1, which I thought we just started a new G.I. Joe run not long ago, but they got a new one. This is done by Joshua Williamson, Tom Riley, Jordi Belair. The biggest comic book launch of the decade. Conrad Hauser, codenamed Duke, has assembled a special force known as G.I. Joe to battle the rising power of the mysterious Cobra. In the aftermath of the Autobots and Decepticons' arrival on Earth, but the enigmatic Cobra Commander has unleashed the power of Energon like never before. And it's like, this is all crossing over all these worlds. What I've heard was a lot of good things. What I've read was a lot of good things. But I'm just not a Transformers G.I. Joe person anymore. That was in my childhood. I enjoyed them both and watched all the series and stuff. The Horizon Experiment. Moondogs. One Shot. I don't recognize any of these hard to say names, so I'm not going to bother with them. Literary. Okay, it's going to say right off the bat. This is Moondogs following East African werewolves secretly living in Miami, as this minority within a minority is caught in a burgeoning war that threatens both lycanthrope and human lives. And we got Mirka Andolfo's Sweet Paprika, open for business, #1, by Steve Orlando and Emilio Pulido. A queer love drama spin-off of Mirka Andolfo's Sweet Paprika. One second, I need a drink of water here. We were doing pretty good up until then. Got pretty far before the throat died on me. Okay, Aubrey Jean is a young employee at Infernum Press, and he tries to impress his hero and boss, Miss Paprika, and figure out his relationship with Persica, a friend with benefits who might want to be more. But just as Aubrey and Persica settle into an open relationship that's comfortable for them both, their relationship is thrown into turmoil by Kren. And on top of all that, Aubrey finally gets a chance to prove his worth to Miss Paprika by becoming the handler for Infernum Press's most difficult client, the dreaded, eccentric, and unstable author known as Durian. Can Aubrey deal with Kren and save his relationship with Persica? Does he even want to be with Persica? And how can he even figure any of that out when he's got to be on call day and night dealing with Durian's next insane quest? A lot of different covers on that one. Looks like that's it for that page. Gotta jump a few pages. Yeah, we still got some time. We can do a few more yet on these before we end this episode. Going to Gramation Punch trade paperback. This is... Oh no, dropping stuff. Banyan isn't like other kids, born on an eclipse. He has the ability to see and lay hands on the parasitic ghosts that feed off the energy of unsuspecting people. Van's abilities have made him a loner, but as he starts his freshman year of high school, he finds himself confronting his own self-imposed boundaries while struggling to protect his classmates from the frenzy of spirits feeding off their adolescent energy. It's done by Miles Gunter and Brian Anden. There's some page imagery and stuff, some interesting looking Cyclops character in there and stuff. Alright, we're going to Popeye Man Overboard hardcover by Antoine Ozanam and Lillis. Everyone knows him, the loud-mouthed, one-eyed sailor man who shows off his biceps after gobbling canned spinach. He's funny. He's funny. Popeye. His way of speaking and his ready-made expressions. And what's more, he's a courageous guy, a good guy, a true hero. But this isn't exactly the Popeye you know. In this graphic novel, there are other layers, a melancholy and beauty that only the exuberant watercolor art of Lillis and the sharp, sensitive script of Antoine Ozanam could express. Unlike the famous cartoons, the Popeye in his tale is an unlikely hero who could be found in any port around the world. In the story, a strange girl with flowery language arrives to hit him in his healthy eye. He's too old for her, but Olive is his girl. Without a doubt, like any man in love. Reason disappears, and Popeye agrees to go on an adventure with Olive's brother in search of a fabulous treasure. So it's a story about an old man that is a pervert and blind in one eye, which I never knew he was blind until now with all this new stuff. I thought he just squinted like that with his pipe, but apparently he's blind. Some interesting imagery. This is an example of well done watercolor art. Watercolor art can really drive me crazy when it's done very sloppy, but this is done very well, very clean. Almost can't even tell it's watercolor. But yeah, I like the way they did that one. Alright, we got Off the Beaten Path this is presented by Kinky Carrot, done by Marie San, Jan Krell, and sex and relationships are the last thing Lizzie is thinking about when she moves to the big city. She is completely focused on starting her studies, looking for a job, and living with her sarcastic older roommate Elva, which is still unfamiliar. She is also still reeling from the breakup with her long-term boyfriend. When she visits a sex shop for the first time, out of curiosity, Lizzie begins to explore her own sexuality and discovers a whole new side of herself. An exciting side. From dating apps to sex toys to bondage, she tries out lots of things and slowly discovers her interest in the kinkier side of sex. However, this journey is not without challenges. She must deal with the uncertainties of modern dating, financial worries, and the question of how she wants to shape her relationships and sex life in the future. Lizzie faces great challenges that offer great opportunities, anything but frivolous. They got some page inserts in here. Looks very simplistic style artwork. Kind of cartoony, kind of surprised they went that route considering the material. But that is their choices. And I think we're going to end this first episode here. And we will get back with another episode sometime soon, so keep an eye out for it. Keep falling under the call of MS. Rate, review, subscribe, tell a friend, give us those likes. We'll get back with more stuff soon. Bye.